weekend and go to play a game and warm up my throat as well, because that would be kind of funny. Like, I wouldn't have to because I'd be sitting there in pure silence, but like still, I think it would be funny. I need more mana. Need that. That's it. I wish I was that organised. My life would be so much easier. I'm a very, very organised, time-orientated kind of person. I'm one of those people where, okay, so if I was, say, going out somewhere, like, I don't give a shit if it's going out to a dinner or going out shopping or whatever, right? Like, I can itemize a list of, like, getting ready for doing that task, for leaving my house and stuff, down to, like, basically the minute intervals of knowing how long something takes and what order I would do something in and stuff, just to make sure I don't forget something. I don't do that for like a standard day, obviously, but like if I was to be going out to some kind of event or some place or something like that, like I would itemize it so I don't forget anything or I don't get slack, so I keep on track and stuff. But yeah, I'm very, very organized. I had very good like management and organizational skills and stuff in like my previous jobs and stuff. So when I started streaming, it just kind of like oozed over into this, which is good. I also have good record keeping and stuff skills as well, so that's been also really useful for me. I don't know quite where my decoy is in that room, but we're in a kind of good corner here, but my Valkyrie's kind of dead. There you go. I hardly ever write things down. Need to do that. I write sticky notes all the time, but I lose them. Yeah, see, I had the same kind of logic with sticky notes. Also, thank you for the follow, Mad Dog Kurt. I never actually said hello and welcome in and shit earlier, by the way. I realized that. I'm like, hi. But yeah, I always used to lose sticky notes. Like when I was at like a job, I'd have a notepad next to me, right? So my notepad would go everywhere I went, so I'd never lose it. But when I started, obviously, streaming, thus working from home, I kind of realized that, like, I don't have a notepad in here, and I have cats and stuff, right? So I can't rely on stuff to be places and not get moved or not get dirtied or not get whatever, right? But I'm always with my phone. It's just, like, pretty much since I got a smartphone, I just, like, I watch shit on it, I'm on it most of the time, and especially now that obviously I'm a streamer and stuff, I have like social medias and stuff and Discord and whatever, and you know, I'm on that a fair bit, so I've always got it, usually always got it with me unless I'm like busy doing something. I need more mana. We're gonna have to go back just because I can't take him out without more mana. I can walk into the room, but I don't think I've got that much health, you know. So yeah, I don't know, I've just found that, like, even just putting a calendar reminder for something pretty significant, like, I don't know, what the fuck would I make a calendar reminder for at the moment? Like, I don't know, remembering to, fucking hell, hold up. I'm trying to recollect shit here. I've got to think of, like, if I was planning something, like, for instance, making the best of video, for instance, which I'm trying to make one for this year, right? The 2024 best of acrylic clips and shit, right? I have to remember to do that by a certain amount of time, but like if I have like that just written down somewhere, I may not necessarily encounter it before the time that I need to make it and upload it and stuff. Whereas, like, for instance, if I've got a delivery coming, I might make a calendar reminder that's like, hey, has the delivery arrived by a set time? And so, like, I'll check and I'll be like, no, it hasn't. I need to contact the seller or whatever. You know, something like that. Like, little shit like that just helps me a little bit, you know. Apart from that, like, the rest of the shit, I mostly just remember. That is way too close to have that portal. But it's fine. Let me stop breaking tail happily yawning. No, give some pats fighting. You've been snoozing all this time. I had coffee outside your coffee, but I don't. Try lozenges or warm up some salt water, it may help. So I tried lozenges for a while when I started streaming, but my only problem with the lozenges was that I know that some of them can be like slightly medicated and stuff, and I don't want it to potentially, well, where do I go? I don't want it to potentially not work when I do have like a cold and flu kind of sore throat, or like if there's any specific medicines or something in it, I don't want to get too dependent on it. Same with like nasal sprays and stuff. Like I could take a nasal spray to help clear my sinuses recently. I probably could have done it for like a one-off thing, but I used to have a nasal spray that I used to take all the time for like my allergies and shit. And I got really worried that like, what if I stop taking it? Like, what if I get like really used to taking it and then I stop taking it and then like normal breathing is just hard and then like, or like it gets worse or something and I have to like escalate it and stuff. I always like think of stupid shit like that when realistically it's literally existing to make life easier and stuff. But I'm actually just actively out of lozenges at the moment because I used them all up. And then my partner used up the other batch that I bought because we got sick earlier this year. We got really sick. So yeah, we went through that. But the saltwater gargling stuff, I haven't really thought of doing that just because, I don't know, it hasn't crossed my mind. But I did do that after stream for a while. And I just felt that it hurt my throat when I was doing the gargling noise. Like, it was painful. But beforehand, like, I just don't think of it beforehand, because I usually wake up and then start streaming, and lately, oh shit, I'm in a bad spot there. Lately, I've been, like, really bad. I've been falling asleep late, and then waking up late, so I'm only waking up at, like, 9 o'clock at night, and then I'm starting streaming by, like, well, it hasn't been on time, but tonight was on time, starting at like 9:35 and stuff. So I'm only getting up like about 30 minutes before I'm streaming most days. So I don't have like a lot of like process before I do stuff generally. Like, I'm one of those people that wakes up and just does like starts working on stuff. I was always somebody that woke up like basically like 5 minutes before I had to leave, and then like throw my work gear on, brush my hair, fucking leave and stuff. I had to do makeup, maybe it was like 10 minutes, wake up 10 minutes beforehand, throw on some makeup as well. You know, I've got to wash my face for that shit first. But yeah, at least I don't have to do that shit anymore. It's just a sports wagon tail. No. Yeah, I never noticed Viking if you fell asleep after getting high-fived earlier. Like, I figured that you did, but like, yeah, I don't know if you fell asleep wanting, like, something done with your paw, but I just high-fived it and kind of like I just assumed you fell asleep from that. You're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna sleep now. You should really do some vocal exercises. I should fucking look up some fucking tutorials or something and do that. I just feel weird about it. It just feels weird to me. I don't know why. I don't even know why it does. It would probably help so much. I was listening to some of my clips earlier because I was actually starting to compile the various like videos and stuff for the best of video that I'll make later this year. And my voice at the start of this year versus my voice now, like my voice, I've gone through like laryngitis a couple of times and some other stuff, right? But like my voice sounded so much clearer and stronger at the start of this year, and I'm like, I gotta take better care of it. Because like at the moment it's pretty sore, it's pretty raw. Like I was trying not to talk too loud tonight, but I know that it just goes up naturally now because I learned how to project, but it's definitely a lot rougher than it was. It's not as bad as like, it's still not as bad as like when it's getting to laryngitis point, but it'd get better. I think all my helpers are stuck around the corner. They're not a big deal for welcoming. Yeah, I know, but like I still like to say hello when people come in and start chatting. I just know I was like in the thick of conversation earlier when like I was like acknowledging your conversation and stuff, and I feel like, oh, we found the next area down. I feel like, you know, it's just a little like acknowledgement kind of thing. And plus I'm generally very like chat focused anyway. I'm very conversational, and I kind of like to acknowledge whenever somebody new takes the time to like say hello and stuff, because you know, everybody's free and welcome to like lurk and stuff, but when somebody feels so inclined to like step out of the shadows and say something, I do want to like, I do usually want to like acknowledge it, unless it's obviously something really stupid or like, you know, some kind of like self-advertisement. Did Eliza just, oh fuck, we're stuck here, hold on, I gotta fight my way out of this corner. My Valkyrie goes down, I'm screwed because I can't get past the stick. Hold on. Come on mate, I need you to die. So Eliza died in the corner there, so that's not great. I'm out of the corner now, so it's great. Girlfriend always moves stuff. She's like, yeah, I love her. Yeah, well, moving shit around when you've like left notes somewhere. So there's like rule when you like make something to remind yourself. For instance, you can put like a random object in a random place in a room. But the problem is if you have a partner or if you have pets, that random object in that random place may not necessarily stay where you put it. And so then you'll forget, not because you forgot, but you'll forget because it's been like cleared away back into like a normal location. You can't do fucking anything about that kind of thing. I'll just see if, yeah, I don't have any mana. I was just going to see if I could put my decoy on the other side, but it's fine. She's blocking them from coming up here. Oh no, we do have mana. Oh. I also got a ruby at some point, which is great. Yeah, let me put a decoy up the back here. Yeah, let's go with her. The calendar on my phone helps tremendously. Nice. For some people, nasal sprays can be very addictive. Pharmacy tech, see a lot of them. Yeah. Well, for instance, like my partner's sinuses and stuff don't work that great. I refer to his nose as being decorative only, because it doesn't really work. And I don't know what he thinks of that, but I say it endearingly. And yeah, he needs nasal sprays and stuff for it to actually like function at a normal person's rate. But at the same time, like if he forgets, it's so automatically noticeable because he just can't fucking breathe. But that's a biological issue on his part, you know, more than anything. Or genetic, I guess, maybe. Is it I can tell happily yawning? No. The whole stream is one endurance exercise. Vocals, it is. Welcome in, joke. But then again, to be fair, when I started streaming, I really didn't think I was like. I did think I was going to try to talk all stream, but I never really accounted for how hard it is to talk all stream. Like, I don't find it difficult, but it can be painful. Like, by the end of a Friday night stream, my throat fucking hurts most weeks. Because like I went from like streaming like, I think I streamed like on average 2 days a week for like 3 hours, then I went up to like 4, then 5 days a week for 4 hours, and the extra hours absolutely capped it like really quickly. And it really is just like the extra hours. If I was to take my streams, keep them as 5 days a week but 3 hours a night, I would have so much more voice. Or if I streamed 4 days a week for 4 hours a night, I would have still so much more voice. But I like being able to have the extra day a week because, like, at the moment, like, Wednesday is random game night. For fuck's sake, Mac, I can't fucking shoot you there. Wednesday is random game night, and I've kind of, like, just deallocated once human off Fridays, so Fridays is also random game night. But I like having it there in case, like, I come across, like, another game while I'm already playing these games and I want to play something else. You know, instead of having to move something off the day that already exists. I don't think I could get you all the way back there. It's fine, we've got to kind of go up around the corner here anyway. I am like stuck on this corner. Mate, let me swap my weapon. Alright, there we go. I just wanted to get this bit of the corner. Yeah. Anyway, what did I miss there? But yeah, the stream is a bit of a exercise, because the thing is, when you have a conversation with somebody, right? So when I talk to like friends or family and stuff like that, no worries. I can talk for like 18 hours easily. Like, you know, when I play like 7 Days to Die with Grim and stuff, like offline and shit, right? Like, we would play for like 18 hours and stuff like that, like all day. But I'm not accounting for the time that I take a break and the time that the other person is talking. Whereas as a streamer, I'm talking, but then I'm also reading out what you guys are saying as well. So I'm talking for 2 people the whole stream long. And I don't really have many quiet parts. Like, there's no real like dips in audio generally, unless like I'm yawning. Sometimes I yawn and you'll get like a quiet patch with that. But generally speaking, I just talk the whole stream. And it's usually just whatever thoughts are passing through my head and stuff, right? But, I don't know. Like, I just almost find it's weird to be quiet. Because, like, if I go into somebody's stream and there's just, like, dead silence, I'm like, is there something wrong with my audio? Or, like, there's really no conversation going on. Like, I'm not hating on anybody that does not talk all stream. It's perfectly okay to be quiet or have quieter, sort of less chatty streams and stuff. But yeah, from my perspective, it always feels a bit weird. Like, if I ever, oh shit, if I ever catch my own audio where I'm like, not constantly saying something, it's just like, if I have a look at, when I go to edit my streams, for instance, my art streams are the weirdest ones because I don't usually talk much through them. And so when I edit it, there's these huge gaps of like nothing because I don't save my music to the VOD. So I then like have to go and find those sections and speed those up because I'm literally just drawing with no conversation. And as an avatar, it's not like you're staring at somebody, you know. So yeah, it's a little different with that. Give me a mate. So welcome back, Andre. Sometimes there's intense concentration moments too, so it gets quiet for a couple minutes. There really is. So usually if chat's getting away on me, for instance, if the chat messages are getting a little bit too far ahead and I can't kind of keep up and I'm in like an intense battle or something like that where I need to like focus for just a hot second, I'll normally just say, just give me a second, let me just kill this thing and I'll catch up on messages in a second. That's usually where you'll find me pause. Like, not actually pause the game, but like once everything's dead, I'll stop and I'll quickly like run through all the messages. Like with Metro last night, where I was trying to keep up with messages and stuff, but at the same time, I'm not familiar with the game. So it's not like I could I couldn't do 50-50 like I can with like most games where it's kind of like I'm aware of the chat messages and I will catch up with them and I can just do whatever in the game. Like with Diablo, like there's a lot of time where I can be passively fighting and I don't have to freak out because at least as an archer I can stand back pretty far and I can stay pretty safe. Whereas some games, like Doom for instance, I have to be somewhat aware of how fucking close I am to my enemies at all times because one wrong move and they're gonna fuck me up. And I die a lot in Doom, but again, I just don't give a shit if I die in a game. Like, it's not a problem for me, so like I'm not going to get upset or something like that. And sometimes people don't want to talk as well because they're like, oh, like for instance with PUBG, when I'm playing shooter games, some people get like really concerned that they might accidentally distract me or cause me to die in the game, and it's never the case. Like, it's always my responsibility if I've accidentally like failed to heal myself. Sometimes I get it where like in Diablo, I spam the healing potions and they don't heal me fast enough, or they don't work, or they don't seem to activate. And yeah, I can't do anything about that. There's also, by the look of it, maybe one of those, I don't think there is one of those dudes in here. I thought there was the guy that like resurrects them. I don't have any more mana, so whatever we get with this little group here, I can just put a decoy up there and we can get rid of these two. My Valkyrie can keep moving into the room, hopefully. What did I miss? Aside, out of mind. Yeah. Yeah, my partner's nose is very, very ornamental. I mean that in the most loving fucking sense. I know it like barely functions, but it exists. I hope that's some decent armor. It's probably not, but I could hope. Nope, I'm not going to stand there for you guys to hit me like that. That's just why he falls back asleep, so maybe we'll push. No. Vikin's gotten all sleepy. Yeah, I think the thing is, like, I don't know. With, I guess the thing is, like, when I am, like, super chitty-chatty in stream, like, I don't really, like, hold back, even if I've got, like, laryngitis or, like, I don't know, sore throat and stuff like that. Like, you'll normally find I'll just put the tag up to say that I've got, like, a sore throat or something on the stream over my avatar or whatever, so that, like, you guys know. Because the thing is, I think, like, the biggest thing for me was, like, one of the most, like, I don't know, probably low-key hurtful comments I probably ever got was when somebody who had never seen my content before on YouTube left a comment that was like, here's a pack-a-day smoker right here, and I'm like, wow, no, but also, like, how fucking dare you? Because, like, my voice was, like, so rough leading up to laryngitis, and I had no indication of, like, the fact that I was having, basically, like, vocal fry going on. And so I didn't consider the fact that, like, yeah, my community that sees me all the time and is interacting with me, talking with me and stuff like that will know that my voice is a bit fried at the moment. But, like, anybody that's seeing me for the first time that doesn't have a clue about that, there's no way for them to know. Like, I almost put up my sign tonight saying I had the sore throat, but I'm like, I don't want to have it up all the time. I'm like, I do have a sore throat. My voice is probably a little bit off, but I'm like, at this point, it's almost normal because my voice is like always a little bit fried at the moment. Like I said, if I can actually start genuinely trying to take care of it. Like, I have got my neck warmer on tonight, so I am fucking trying a little bit. I had to wash it. You know, it needs to be washed every so often. But, yeah, I got it back out of the dryer and stuff, and so at least my throat is warm. Which is wild because I never thought about putting on, like, warm clothes in summer in Australia. I'm just like, yeah, no, in summer you just enjoy being cold and stuff, but, like, to be fair, I never used to, like, sit in here and, like, talk at night, so if it was cool, it wasn't really a problem. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually surprised, like, okay, I'm not surprised, like, how long it's taken me to get through this area, because it's a lot. But I'm actually surprised at how far we're progressing through here. We're in, like, the sewers level 2, and it's not that bad. I am out of... Okay, we go back. I'm out of mana, and I'm out of arrows. So we'll run back a little bit. Over there, and go back. And I'll roll up my sleeves a little bit. I'm getting a little bit too warm with the jumper. I put a jumper on as well. It's summer, by the way, in Australia. It's definitely not as hot as it was last year. Hold on. Apparently forgot that I had a drink. I have this glass of Coke next to me. I completely forgot to drink, and now it's like nearly room temperature. I'm like, ugh.
Stay a while and listen.
It's fine.
Good day.
The other thing too is what's really interesting I find about, like, for instance, honey, is I've heard that, like, sugar is supposed to be bad for your throat when it's, like, sore and raw and stuff, like sugary foods and drinks and stuff. But then honey is, like, it's not sugar, right? It obviously, if you get, like, store-bought ones, they can be sugary and stuff. But, like, if you actually get, like, honey coats you instead of, like, doing damage or whatever. I sometimes do wonder because, like, obviously, like, I drink Coke, and I have I usually have, like, energy drinks and stuff. I'll sell that too, actually. I normally have energy drinks, so I usually have like sugary beverages and stuff. Sorry, I had a fucking spider running over my foot, and my brain just short-circuited the whole fucking conversation. Yeah, so usually I have, like, a sugary drink with me, and I do sometimes wonder if that's, like, making things worse. Also, yes, it is the same one little tiny spider. It's a baby spider, right? It's a huntsman, right? But it's, like, it's been between the roof and the ground, and it keeps, like, falling off the roof onto, like, my knee and skittling around on my knee under the desk, basically, right? And then it keeps, obviously, like, I knock it off again, and it, like, falls onto the ground, and it skittles around on the ground for a little bit. And it's been doing this, like, most like, fucking nights a week. No. Look, it's spider breeding season at the moment, so we did dispatch a couple of really huge spiders that we had. We haven't had any other really big ones this year, which has been amazing. We've only had, like, the two big ones, and obviously probably not soon enough, because they obviously got to... Oh yeah, I've got one more of these on me. They obviously got to reproduce at some point, because there are a lot of little baby huntsmen around, and that means that somebody had to carry around an egg sac and wait till that hatched. So we obviously didn't get it before the breeding, or we missed a female somewhere, which I do think happened. I do think, because we didn't get the third spider, we only got two. We normally get three. So yeah, that happened. But I now have, like, a whole new bunch of, like, spiders running around. Also, I have a new shower spider. So shower spider 2.0 is live. There's a new baby huntsman hanging out above my shower. I don't know how old it is. I can't verify its age, unlike the previous one that was like about a year old. But yeah, this one, it could be any number range, but it's tiny, so it's obviously a new one. I think what they do is, because we have what do you call them, those solar vents sort of things. They're not like solar powered or whatever, but they're supposed to bring natural light into your house, and it's mandatory in Australia for houses to have that after, like, built after a certain date, right? So anyway, because we've got that, I believe what happens is spiders breed up in the ceiling, right, up in the roof, and whatever ones don't get eaten seem to come in through that, because I know it's sealed the whole way through, but there is still a vent system, and when the vent is not running, the little spiders should be able to move through it, just the same as the ants do with the air conditioners. So yeah, I believe that's how we keep getting them in the bathroom. The little ones, not the big ones. The big ones get herded in. They come in through the garage, and then the cats find them and herd them through the house to the bathroom. Usually when I'm using it. I gotta admit, I am glad in a way it's never happened to Nick, because, like, I don't think he'd take that too well. Like, we're both arachnophobes, right? But, like, I definitely deal with the spider situation a lot better than he does. And, like, I'm always the one that happens to find the giant spider. Like, one of the last big spiders he found, but he found it, like, when he was cleaning, right? So, it's not like he was in a vulnerable space or anything. Like, it was in a room ahead of him. He didn't have to go into the room. Like, it was fine. I could come and deal with it and stuff, right? But, like, usually when I find a spider, right, when the spider finds me, is I'm usually in a room, an enclosed space that is, like, you know, it's a finite area, it's small, and the spider's usually coming towards me from the external room. That's usually how shit goes. It's never so lucky as, like, Nick gets it with the spiders. Not saying it's lucky, like, any amount of spiders in here is not a good thing. God damn, I am just going through my mana like water. My hand is starting to sweat. Actually, I gotta admit, tonight my hand hasn't been sweaty all night till now. It's taken 3 hours. 3 hours for my hand to finally start sweating. This Diablo. This has been good. This is great. Usually with Diablo, it's under the pump so much that I am just... I can't, like, wear warm shit. Like, it's literally just, like, not like beach gear, but, like, you know, outdoor hot summer weather kind of gear. It's like, it's cool off. Now, I've also had the aircon on earlier tonight to try to cool down the room a little bit. It's helping. If everything in hell wasn't just immune to fire, this would be a lot easier to get through, admittedly. But like I said, so far, like, the sewers under Gholein is one of my least favorite areas, to be fair. It's not the least favorite area. My least favorite area in Gholein is, and always will be, the palace. Underneath the palace, not the jail. The harem area. What the fuck it's called? I can't remember. I'm having a great time with my memory tonight. Like, I'm normally okay. Like, I could remember the Travancore and I could remember the Durance of Hate and all that stuff, right? And now I just can't remember the thing that's literally above and beside where I am. Also, if you look at the sewer system, the interesting thing is... Oh, wrong button. Somehow this... Hold on. There. I'm thinking the wrong thing. Where this is somehow underneath the entire Gholein, but somehow not intersecting with the underneath the palace. I don't know how I've never really noticed that before this moment. But yeah, usually, you know, in old platformer games, or not really platformer games, old, like, games where you had, like, multiple levels and stuff, it used to be restricted that on certain levels you could only have, like, a certain amount of area used, because you had to allocate the rest of that space for whatever the other dungeon and stuff was. So I love the fact that obviously with Diablo, that's not how this works. Like, it's literally its own, like, little floating space level that you go into kind of thing. But, like, I'm surprised that they didn't try to keep some kind of walk around or wrap for the fucking palace thing. Mate, you're just walking straight into a horde of skeletons. Let me get this corner.